This 3-Minute Egg is made possible by an Artist Initiative grant from the Metropolitan Regional Arts Council.
This particular show at Chambers, I feel the space is so it's so elegant, so pristine, and it's all about sort of this high design. So part of me wants the chandeliers to feel like they become part of that environment. I usually don't think about sales because I don't usually sell anything. I mean, it's not usually what's on the forefront, but I have been asked specifically that I need to have objects that are going to be available for sale. So I feel like I do have to consider that, you know, because I said I would. And I'm just gonna like paper mache so that these seams are stronger. I kept thinking of an installation, and then I was like, well, what if the actual objects that exist in an architectural space in the home became nature? And so that's when I thought, okay, the chandelier could sort of grow into a stalactite. Initially, I wanted to make it out of wax because I thought, okay, it's a chandelier. These are fake candles. You know, it's all about it being a melting sort of. So the wax made sense. And I think with the bronze, I am going to make them out of wax, and then the bronze will will replicate the look of the wax. Once it has the wax and everything, right? They cut it up, make investment molds, which is like a ceramic shell. It's very strong, and it can handle high heat. So what they do is then take a torch to the inside, melt out all that wax, and burn out anything that's all the material. Basically, it's a traditional mix that's used in casting. And usually the reason it's brown is that it gives you a clear idea of what it's going to look like in bronze than if you use like a different color wax. So because of it's kind of dark, and the bronze kind of has that similar color, especially once it's patinaed. So anyway, it's just so I can see it. I don't want them to be exactly red like chandeliers, you know. I want them to be sort of this hybrid object that's both natural and architectural. I'm kind of wanting to reference sort of caves and, you know, stalagmites exist in caves, and so I'm kind of thinking maybe I need to go darker and more like, you know, something reflective like chrome, or, you know, which is kind of sort of, you think of stalactites and stalagmites always in conjunction with water. Mm-hmm. And so I figure if they're reflecting, they kind of would have that feeling. But otherwise, maybe going black, because that's also cave-like, or a very dark, deep gray or something. But in a perfect world, you just take a real chandelier to a prototyper and just tell them, make me a copy out of foam, and then you add wax.